Hey folks, how you doing? There, live. Hot damn. Oh, hey, the power's already on. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Cuthbert. Cheers. Yes, happy Sunday. Hey, DeFingers, John. How's everybody doing? Higher quality after the test last night. Evening. Hey, Andy. Cheers. Andy, thanks a lot for the dono the other day. I really appreciate it. It means quite a bit. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Get this slightly. Or boy, I got mess everywhere, don't I? Yuck, yuck. I did a little bit of cleaning today. Did a little bit of cleaning in preparation for talking today. What's the word? Yeah. Hey, Jim. Cheers. Hey, Robert. Beautiful. Exactly. So we're going to talk about a couple things today. The weather's amazing here, which I'm sure probably nobody cares about, but it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're going to talk about one of my favorite cars, which you can see on the track there, the little yellow one. Yes, the camera is the change. I put it up last night, as you guys know. Some of you know we're here late last night, and this is the camera that the channel helped buy for me, and I wanted to use it. It's a real PETA to hook up, so and to keep hooked up. So that's why I don't use it much. I use it for the reviews and things like that. But anyway, and the sound should be the same. Hey, True Patriot. Hey, Jay. Yes, exactly. Happy Sunday to everybody. Um, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about new Scalextric fencing, not the fencing with a sword. That's me fencing. That's bad. Anyway, and we're going to talk a little Mosler today. Going to talk a little. Hey, Benjamin. Cheers. Sound getting scratchy. Uh-oh. It could be the mic here. Let me check my. Well, it looks like it's so good. Um, fencing, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna talk Mosler. Um, I have one. Actually, I have two Moslers. I don't know where the other one is though. It's around here someplace. Um, don't mess with it. No, no, no. I'm not gonna mess with it because when I mess with it, what happens? I screw it up. Exactly. Anyway, sorry. Um, yeah, and I got drip in place here, and I got the little stand. I glued the stand on. Boy, this is nice and clear. I'm enjoying that. Um, hey, Rich, thanks for showing me the link. I appreciate that. To the thing in Vegas. Very cool. So I got drip. Uh, I didn't want to put the figure on the back, so it made it too front heavy. So what I did was I put the base piece, which is kind of supposed to go out the other way. Um, I put it, yeah. I put it kind of forward because it's kind of the inclination of this thing is to kind of lean forward, and I put it up a little bit so I can dig it into the grass here, and it looks really nice now. And the sign's nice and stable, and I love that. Here, hold on. Can I zoom in? Oh, other way. Look at that. Oh baby, look at this. Technical. Intermittent audio interference. I don't know what that would be. Oh, the pink car is a yes. This is a this one, right? We talked about this the other day. There, ooh, baby, look at that. This is a Revo slot, uh, Toyota Supra. LEB have them. Who drives this car? Well, me personally, me currently. I don't see a driver name. Yeah, sorry. Um, Sunday meatballs, exactly. There you go. There we go. Beautiful little car. This would be an okay starter car. It's kind of expensive, probably, for a starter car for a kid, but I mean, it's a great car. You really cannot go wrong with this one. Um, It drives really nicely. Let me zoom this back now. Okay, there we go. Look at this. All the professional things happening here, sort of. Yeah. So it's a Revo slot. LEB have them. LEBhobbies.com. There you go. Not a lot of pink cars out there. I know. Anyway, hey Garth, cheers. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, we're gonna have some. I don't know what my wife is making for dinner. Chicken something. Anyway, you didn't come here to hear me talk about. Start with good. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, start with good cars. Exactly. No reason not to. Okay, so we're gonna start with this for once. We're gonna start with. No problem, Benjamin. This is new Scalextric fencing. This was not. Yes, thank you very much, Jim. I appreciate it. Yes, it's working great. This was not sent to me in error. These were sent to me on purpose, which is awesome because I don't have Scalextric track that I have up, but as you can see, I have used some of their border pieces along the side of my track here, trying to get things a little more cleaned up, making stuff a little nicer around this place. So what they've done is in the new packaging, in the new run of these, this might be a new mold entirely, but maybe it isn't. Either way, these are really cool new fences. And as you can see in this fence, hey, Mickey, cheers. Thanks for showing up. Mikey, sorry. As you see here, there's a flat spot for stickers. And they give you a bunch of stickers. And some of them are fake, I think, but some of them are real. And it's a nice sticker pack. The stickers that come with each box are nice kind of, they're not they don't feel like a paper base. They might be a paper base, but they feel like pretty good quality stickers. So anyway, you can use this on your Scalextric track. Now, probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to notch out some of my Polycar track so I can put these guys somewhere around the track here, because I like the design. Yeah, these are cool. So there's white and red, and they give you a bunch in each box. See if it tells you how long. Just in millimeters. It's not no freedom units. God, I really wish I knew my freedom units. Anyway, so 6 longer straights. See if that'll look at that. It focuses. Hot damn. A good camera will focus. 6 long straights or fence pieces, and then 6 shorter straights, like these halves. Yeah, sort of. So 3 red and 3 white short, and then 3 red, 3 white short. These are pretty cool. I think what I might do is give away, because I don't need 6 boxes of this stuff. I'm going to think about what I need here. I'm probably going to give away a couple boxes because I have I've opened 1 box, and I don't know that I need maybe more than 1 more box open. Probably I'll probably give the rest away. But I will talk about that later. True Patriot asks about Cadillac slot cars. No. There was one made years ago. Oh boy, let's see if I can find it. It was made by Scalextric. It was a special edition car that Model Car Racing got to use a mold of. Oh, where is it? I had it. Was just looking at it the other day. And of course, I don't know where it is now. So Scalextric made a prototype, an LMP. Oh, where is it? I was just looking at it. Come on. Scalextric made an LMP Cadillac years ago. Is this it? No. And they didn't really make too many. It was very, very early, very, very early mold for them. So probably around 2004, maybe 2005. And Model Car Racing, which is the Robert Schleicher slot car magazine, got to use the mold once. They made a special edition mold. That's just about the only Cadillac slot car. There was Area, what are they? Area 71, the guys that do 3D printed cars, they make a Cadillac body, but you're going to have to put that together. Cadillac mileage, what kind of mileage does it get? Shitty. Ah, yes. A little water there. Anyway, so, yeah, so I'm probably going to end up giving away, because I have 6 boxes. I have a whole case of these guys, and I sure don't need focus power. I sure don't need more than a box or 2 of this stuff. But it's nice stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mikey. Yeah, exactly. LMP Eldorado. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So now we're going to talk about not what's in the box, but what's. Hey, Chuck. Cheers. Hey, Oscar. No YouTube notification. I don't know why, Oscar. I went live. I got the little signs here. Remember, folks, Slot Invasion US. There you go. Slot Invasion for all your little oddball part needs. Hey, Vin. Cheers. No, I don't know about any more Mazda RX-7s, Vin. Sorry. SlotInvasionUSA.com. There you go. And Vin or Oscar Azevedo, Slot Invasion USA, was nice enough to give me those beautiful banners that hang in the background. Please check out Slot Invasion. They have awesome stuff. Some of the best replacement guides you can get. Will I be testing the Polycar 4-lane sets? Probably not, because I don't know when they're coming in. I wouldn't ask for a sample of them when they do come in, because let's face it, it's just going to be this track. The other thing, hey, Smart Race, cheers. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. The other thing is, what's the other thing? The other thing is, you remember the track that Polycar put up for the UK Slot Fest? As it turns out, that was the same layout as the main 4-lane track, the 6.5 meter, the smaller one, I think. That was a big track that they had put up. That was the layout that they're going to be selling as, I believe, the smaller layout. So without even realizing it, I guess, I've already done a track test of it, because I helped assemble the thing before the UK Slot Fest. I helped Maurizio put up the track for them to have at UK Slot Fest, and as it turned out, it was more of a track for kids to do laps on. So, boy, it was wildly popular with the kids, and it was a really great layout. So I can't really. Yes, Cuthbert was there. My friend, your friend, Cuthbert, the Josephs. He was there. So that was the one, because Cuthbert was there. I forgot. You were there too, man. Cheers. So that was a nice big track, and it has a lot of border with it. And I believe it would come with fence, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But I mean, it's a great layout. It would be an awesome track just to start with, if you were just going to start with that and just stick with it. Even if you just did as I said before, a 2-lane track out of that 4-lane set, that would have a mother of a set. It'd probably be more track than I have on mine. I didn't bash my head in England. I fell and broke my leg and cut my eyebrow when I got back to the U.S., it was the day after I got back, or the day after. Yeah, I think it was the day after, but it was not. Yes, exactly. I'm sure you do, Cuthbert. Yeah, so it was. I didn't break my leg in England, and yes, I will go back. I am hoping. Hey, Robert. Cheers. Speaking of which, if Robert from LEB Hobbies, if he decides he was the one that sent me, he and I went to England. I don't know if we're gonna. We haven't really talked about that yet. If we're gonna be going back to the UK Slot Fest or not this coming year, I do hope so. And yes, I will be happy to go back to England yet again if that's where we go. We had a really really great time. Uh-oh. Vin, I'm not going to discuss medical care. I haven't experienced medical care in the UK. I am not going to discuss medical care here versus anywhere because that is not a slot car related topic, and we don't do that here. I've been very clear about this, that I'm not discussing anything not to do with slot cars. I mean, I do venture off a little bit. I'm not talking about medical care here. I have very strong opinions. This is a place for us to relax and not get uppity about hot button topics. We're not doing it. So enjoy, folks. Not doing it, guys. Any more comments after True Patriots? No, True Patriots. I'm not blaming you, True Patriot, but I'm removing this because we're not discussing that here. We're not discussing Vin's here either. We're taking that off. I'm not upset with you, Vin, but cheers, guys. We're not getting into that stuff here. But it's like a repair after crashes. Definitely better in the U.S. Definitely better in the U.S. We'll discuss beer. Anyway, British food. British food's actually really, really good. We're going to discuss my favorite car. One of my favorite cars. And then we will be discussing another car here as well. No ungovernable. We're not talking about that stuff. One of my favorite cars is kind of an ugly duckling in the slot car world. This is a Pro Slot. This is a 360 Modena Ferrari. The Pro Slot Ferrari and Pro Slot cars in general are absolutely some of my favorite. These cars were very, very, very crude. The running gear on them is kind of trash. Hello, Vin. Cheers. So you have to. So I've basically replaced. Well, I've replaced the wheels, the axle, the crown gear, the motor. The motor I replaced. The pinion was cracked on this thing. The front wheels were garbage. Basically, with this car, it's a complete rebuild. But I love the body, and the body is really nice. It's nice and low. It's nice and wide. It's a 360 Modena, no wing on the back. It was like a Cup Series car, and I'm really happy with I did some. Hey, Steve, cheers. I did some decal work on the back, as you can see. Oh yeah, nice and close. So it's a very basic car, but this is absolutely one of my favorites. The interesting thing about this car, the chassis, excuse me, the chassis does have a back body screw, but the back of the car is held in by the exhausts. And so this car will rattle a little bit. Hey, Lion. This car will rattle a little bit. There's a screw in the front, right under, kind of under the guide here. There, can I get my? There we go. You're not really going to be able to see it. It's actually really hard to see. It's really hard to get the. There we go. Hey, there's a guide. There's the hole. Have tail? No, this car does not come with a wing, which is one of the reasons why I like it. And it doesn't have any. Yes, tail lights. It doesn't have lights in it, like a light kit, but it's got light crystals, plastic colored lights that replicate the lights. And it's got light covers on the front, and it's got nasty black striping. So the black striping, this was actually model train black, big black stripe that I got. I don't know when I got it. But so I repainted the car yellow. This was a yellow car, I believe, originally. Yeah, it was. I did a heavy coat of rattle can, and I did a nice heavy coat of, at that time, future floor wax. So, yeah, you have the Ninco car. Exactly. So Ninco also did the 360, and SCX did the 360. Scalextric UK did the 430, not the 360. Who else did the 360? Not a lot of people. I do like the SCX one quite a bit, but that has a wing. This had no wing, so you don't have to worry about it breaking off. Also, I really do like the plain kind of tail on this car. Anyway, BBR, yes, BBR. The no, they did. I'll be right back. They did a 430. I think it was a 430. Hold on a second. I'm coming. Yes, this is a 430. There he goes. Exactly. This is also one of my favorite cars. This is a 430. This is the BBR MB slot 430. This was a car way ahead of its time, actually. This is a 360 Modena by ProSlot. It's actually really fast. I have LMP wheels on there from these are CB Design or Slot Car Corner. I think LEB stocks them as well. These are the large diameter wheels on there, and so this is the 430, which was a pretty wild kit from MB Slot. This is also another favorite of mine, although not as much as the 360. Yes, I have there's two 911s that they did actually. They did a GT2 and a GT3, and I have both. I have a bunch of them as well. But this was a car way ahead of its time. This was one of the first GT cars to have a pod in the modern era of slot car racing. At this time, when this car was released, pretty much no one else was doing cars like this. Ninco cars weren't really this advanced. This is basically like if Slotted were to do a GT car or something like kind of an NSR. These were not very popular, but these were very, very, very good cars. MB Slot BBR. BBR is I believe a diecast company. There we go. They did a really nice job on this body. This was the white kit that I painted up, and as you can see, kind of yellow was kind of my my race colors when I would do a little bit of racing with the clubs. These tires, these are rubber. Yeah, I should drive this guy a little more. I haven't really had this car. Okay, so the 360 that I'm talking about, which is one of my favorites, probably came out about 2003, 2004, maybe at the latest, 2002. You can get these fairly cheap. Now, these are not great when you first get them. I have one of them here. Actually, I have two of them here that are stock. Yeah, and both of these have a story as well. So they came in big square boxes, which were kind of odd. Now this is the way the yellow one came. As you can see, this is crazy dirty. 63 people. Thank you very much, folks, for showing up. I really appreciate it. Give the stream a like if you are so moved. So there you go. This is how the car came. As you can see, and it's a little overexposed, but not. Turn this light down just a tiny bit. There we go. See what we can do with decent lighting. I need better lighting. That's the next project, I think. So it comes with really nice models of really nice 5-spoke wheels. I really do like these wheels. These wheels are trash. They would crack. They basically came broken. So anyway, this is a diamond in the rough kind of a car. Now, these were imported into the US, and at the time, pretty much nobody really liked them. They weren't terribly popular. They didn't really do very well. There's actually some photo etch stuff on here every once in a while. Very, very odd kind of a yeah, very poor gear mesh, exactly. But when I see these, especially if they're used, I do tend to buy them up. If anybody has an old nasty Pro Slot car, just a body even, let me know for the 360. I think I might take it off your hands. So this car, this is one of the, I did a video about kind of infamous cars. This is an infamous car. So this car was the Hot Wheels Ferrari. This was imported into the US essentially illegally. Because it was brought in without the Hot Wheels license and without the Ferrari license, this a lot of these cars were destroyed. They also said, well, not this one, but so a lot of these cars had to be destroyed. I got this one at Professor Motor, who at the time, this is years and years and years ago, this blackmailed. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Day Trip, cheers. A lot of these had to be trashed and were crushed. And unfortunately, a lot of these, someone might call the cops. No one's calling the cops on me, trust me. They had to be destroyed. So not really a lot of these around. And sometimes they do tend to go for a high price. The problem is not a lot of people know what these are anymore, unfortunately. But with the right tuning, they can be a really, really nice car. And I think the 360, especially these contraband, definitely contraband, because these cars don't have wings on them. They made for really, really nice slot cars because there's not a lot to break on these guys. What car would I recommend for just starting out? It depends on how much money you want to spend. I would recommend Polycar Track, of course. And if you're going to be just goofing around, enjoying slot cars, just to kind of get your feet wet, you cannot go wrong with Scalextric or Carrera cars. They are generally the lowest price cars and made to perform right out of the box with absolutely no tuning. Now, before people start screaming at me about, well, why are you suggesting those cars? Because exactly, and Robert said, here you go. This is why I don't suggest slotted. Slotted cars are not made for beginners. They're absolutely not. They're made to be tuned. They are assembled. They are not tuned in the boxes. They're great cars, but they're really not meant to be run right out of the box. So your experience racing a slotted car or an NSR car initially might not be that great, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so that's why. I mean, there's plenty of cars out there. If you want to buy used cars, there's plenty of cars out there to get. If you Carrera cars are really cheap, I would suggest that you talk to LEB Hobbies. They're friends of mine. They're friends of yours. They're friends of the channel, and that's why I suggest LEB. I mean, they do support me on the channel, but they know how to sell cars to beginners. They're not going to sell you the wrong car. So I would hesitate to, and I would not say to buy the higher end hobbyist stuff until you're more familiar with what you might like, until you're more familiar with how to tune stuff up. And that's basically it. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to or not to suggest a car, but completely out of the box stock performance, you can't go wrong with either. I'd probably suggest Carrera because the price is lower, quite frankly. Anyway, yes, exactly as Robert Bernhardt says. So we're talking about the Pro Slot. Talking about the Pro Slot Ferrari. So this guy is, and I just got a gear back in this thing earlier today. This one was another car that I painted up. There we go. I haven't really done much with this car because I wasn't really able to get it running very well at my track when I was racing with the club. But it's a really, really great. It's a great body. So, Pro Slot. It's because the greenhouse is in the middle of the car. You get a fairly neutral weight bias. This is not a fast car on my track. I have done no consideration for tuning as far as gear ratio on here, and it is an E500 Carrera motor, which is the same as a stock E200. And it was just meant to be a car that was easy to drive, fun to drive, simple car to put together. Little Doppler effect, hopefully the sound. Slotted gears, a slotted black Sidewinder gear. It's a motor's Sidewinder configuration, and SCX front tires, hard SCX front tires that are stretched very far over the front LMP. I think they're 17 or 18 millimeter wheels. And these are, and I had super tires, this from years ago. I had super tires on this guy for quite a while. And what I did just today was I took the super tires off because I wanted to put rubber tires on here because that's what I do here at my own track. So the tires on this car are rubber, the Scale Auto rubber tires that were off of the Viper that I've been doing some work from. So as you can see here, this is a very basic, the pod is glued in with, hey, Travis, there you go. Travis, slot car guy. Yes, exactly, Travis. So the pod is glued in here with a little rubber cement. And so there's a little tiny bit of flex, maybe, but the body is nice and loose. Again, this isn't really meant to be like a killer fast car, just meant to be something to enjoy, to have fun with. This, I think, is a slotted guide, and it's definitely SCX Pro braid. With the SCX Pro braid, you get a nice supple braid that's very, very flat. Unfortunately, they don't make it anymore, but the stuff lasts forever. Yeah, so yes, Travis has a big Euro trip coming, exactly. So the nose of this car is absolutely flat on the track. Here you can see, if you can get in close there. There we go, nice and close. There you can see the diameter of the wheels pretty high. And you can see the tires. Yeah, it's very, very thin, as Robert Bernhardt says. Very thin stuff. It's personally actually, if I come, Robert, I want to pick some of that stuff up from you guys. I haven't tried that sideways braid. Maybe that's a good suggestion for people instead of braid that they can't get anymore, because that's not helpful in the least bit, is it? Yeah, so anyway, so this car has done thousands of laps at my club, and I decided to break it out of the box that it was hiding in, put a gear back in it, because I don't know why I took the damn gear out for some reason. a long time ago, but it is just very, very drivable. And it's one of my favorite cars. So that's why I figured I'd talk about it. There we go. Slot car related. It's I don't know that Travis wants to talk about it fully, but yes and no. So the other topic today is, I was going to say Ninko Mosler, NSR Mosler. I get a lot of questions about what's one of the fastest cars that you can get. This car, the NSR Mosler, is basically, yeah, Travis. We'll get Travis squared away whenever he's comfortable talking about it. The NSR Mosler is easily, yes, I'm okay with going back. Hopefully next year, if Robert feels that we need to, which I hope he does. NSR Mosler is pretty much agreed upon to be one of the fastest modern slot cars. The Mosler in real life was a pretty damn fast car. And the slot car is no exception to this. I've just taken this car out of the box. I've done some photos of this car for the LEB page, but I haven't. Yes, please drop a like to the stream if you like what you're seeing. If you don't like what you're seeing, let me know why. I took a little bit of extra time to improve the quality this week, and unfortunately, it's a big hassle to. I only have one really good camera. I need to. Yeah, they're crazy fast, with or without any kind of tire. I agree. The F1 tires, oh baby, just brutally speedy. So here we go. NSR Mosler. Available in 10 million different colors, by the way. Interior, not much. That's what we like. Extremely lightweight body. I like this because this is kind of it kind of looks like Speed Racer. Thunder Asia. Yeah, Thunder Asia Racing. This was one of the prettiest ones, in my opinion. LEB sent me this car. Beautiful, beautiful car. And here we go. This one, I usually ask them to send me the Sidewinder version of a car. Comes an angle winder as well. We're going to get rid of this magnet. Yes, at some point, I will do a magnet giveaway of the magnet clump that I am accumulating next to the track here. There's all kinds of stuff stuck to my magnet clump. There you go. All kinds of screws, and there's the key, and exactly. Not exactly scale, but hey, you know, there's a lot of things that aren't exactly scale in this world. I agree, Cuthbert. So we have an interesting setup here. We have, is Johan here? Hey. Oh, different Johan. Cheers, Johan. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. From South Africa. Oh, boy. We're going international these days. So we got a 25K shark. Not a baby shark or a daddy shark or a mommy shark. Do, 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 daddy shark. Do, 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 focus camera. Do, 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 focus camera. Do, 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 do. There we go. Hey. Sharknado. No, thank you. So there you go. Fairly simple car. Sidewinder, 25K. What you would expect out of an NSR. You have just the right amount of adjustment. You have a nice clip-in guide, not a screw-in guide. Of course, perfect gear mesh. Magnets for the fridge, exactly. Land sharks. Land shark? Land shark? Land shark. Dave's not here. We got a lot of nice rattle in the pod. We got, well, these wheels are a little set too close together. Going to loosen those guys up a touch. See if I have the right driver here, and I do. For NSR, of course, the driver you want is see if that'll focus on 050. Look at that. I got an engraved one with my name on it. Very cool. Patrick Harper, watching older video. Coming. Yes, I throw away most of the cases because I'm not a collector, and I just put the cars in. Like if I want to put a car in storage, I have some boxes that I use. I use like plastic like shoe boxes that you get at dollar store. They're dirt cheap and they're easy to get. And I really don't like the crystal cases that cars come in. And after I start monkeying with a car, I don't really feel like putting it back in the case that it came in. I don't really, I guess, want to sell cases. I don't know. Tears to my eyes. Yeah, well. So, of course, and most people know this because they're slot car nerds that are around a lot, and they do all this themselves. But where are we gonna do some oiling? Hey, look at this. It's nice. Ooh, that's a big drop. Let's get that off of there. We got one kind of on each side. And we don't need big drops here. This is a little bit bigger drop than I would like. We do it at each corner. We do it on the armature. And there's actually some thin oil right there. Yeah, almost 6K subs. Thanks to everybody that's subbed. I really appreciate it. As you know, subbing is free. It's just basically following like you would do on Facebook or something like that. So we got this guy. We got the Mosler all earled up. I'm going to fluff the braid just a little bit, expand the braid a little bit. So what's the prescription on my glasses? Michael, you asked the weirdest things. I couldn't tell you. I do have prescription glasses. I have bifocals, of course, because I'm old. There you go. Just kind of curl the braid down a little bit. I like a little side-to-side play on my front axle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my prescription is. Those are not things that I don't keep uppermost in my mind. Hey, Kay. Chassis go, whoa, yeah, it goes like hell. And goes like hell, and it comes right off, right around the corner. Chassis is very, very lightweight, of course. And with no magnet, we get ourselves into trouble very quickly with such a powerful motor. Zoom. Okay. Body. Going back on. The Mosler is generally agreed upon. If you've been around for a while, you know this. Generally agreed upon, the NSR Mosler is generally agreed upon to be one of the fastest modern slot cars. Shorts in November. Yeah, it's really, really warm here in Pennsylvania, Garth. It's like 70 degrees outside, 60 something degrees outside. I just went for a walk with my son before the stream, and boy, it's beautiful and warm outside. Crazy. Nice. These are self-tapping screws. This shouldn't be this hard to get the screw in here. Not finding the hole. What in the actual... Come on now. It happens when you try to do anything live on camera. Okay to use spot remover on your track? I wouldn't. That's a solvent. I wouldn't want any part of that personally. Oh, there's something caught in the what the actual hell is going on here? Oh, the screw isn't going down straight through the hole. What? Really? Seriously? Literally never had this happen. Any car ever. It's like the largest screw hole in the world and it won't drop down. Okay. I am at complete loss. Yeah, so what do I clean a track with? You can there it goes. You can clean a track with the best thing is probably a microfiber cloth and or a Swiffer. I've seen plenty of people use um, as I've said before, Windex on tracks. There we go. And a couple people got really animated in the video where I talked about that, the live stream, and we're like, why would you suggest somebody use a paper towel and Windex? Well, I've seen a lot of people do it. It's nothing that I would do personally, but yeah, there you go. Anyway. So, yeah, we need to tighten this back just a little bit. Yeah, it's beautiful warm here in Pennsylvania today. There we go. Okay, finally got this guy back together. Again, this is a car that I got from LEB. They have an excellent selection of these things. There is like a million Moslers, all different colors that you can get, and they have, well, pretty much all of them. There's a lot of body float here. Okay. Oh, baby. Right away. Zoom. Yeah. Rocket ship with just a tiny little bit of, yeah, woo! It's lifting out. It's got so much grip that it lifted out when it went around the corner there. Where's my sandpaper? You see that? Shot off of the track? That was funny. I might need a little bit of weight in the front because this thing has so much power. Let's give it just a little more grip and see if that helps. Just scuff the tires a little bit because this car's been sitting for a little while. And I've said this before, if you really want to get into NSR, you want to try an NSR car, this is a really great place to start. Especially, you know, let's face it, everyone wants a really fast car. This is a really fast car. And there's a ton of different liveries of this car. Boy, this thing is so easy to drive too, even with the 25K motor and no magnet around my track. Why do those lights seem dim? I don't know. A little annoying. Yeah, it's just coming out around the corner there. I'm just kicking it out just enough that it yeah, you can put this car anywhere you want it. It's got so much grip. I can't imagine it, like Robert said, with the F1s, the F1 wheels and tires. Here's the good thing about this car. You don't need to do anything to it. So don't worry about getting a car and then changing everything immediately. You saw what I did to the car, which is essentially nothing. I opened it up, did a little bit of oiling on the car. As it comes, it's fast. With a magnet or without, exactly as Robert says, box stock, it's just fine. This is what I don't like. Generally, when you have hobbyists, they talk about, well, what's the fast car, and then they start talking to new folks. about, well, you got to change this and you change that, and especially with a car like this. Well, this car is so fast right away on basically any track with a tiny little bit of tuning. You don't need to add anything to this car. You don't need to change anything on this car. This car has the benefit of being a very well designed and very well appointed right out of the box. As you can see, I mean, I did nothing other than take it out of the box. A little tiny bit of oiling, loosened the pod a tiny bit, but not really very much. I'm sure there's some blueprinting I can do with this car, but it's already, very manageable. It's got stock rubber tires, which work perfectly on my Polycar track. It's, what's going on here? Totally anti-magnet. Okay, well, yeah, we're not going to get into any hot button topic. If people get upset about magnets, I know I don't really like them either, but if you want to race with magnets, I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm really not. Yeah, Michael, I know you might be joking, Michael, but I don't think we really need to to talk about that here, because we're going to be positive here. Yeah, so 25K motor, super sticky rubber tires, ballsy rubber tires too, by the way. And a really, really cool decoration. There's a million different liveries of this car. LEB have lots and lots of these cars for sale, excuse me. So, I get a lot of discussion about what's the fastest car, excuse me. This is pretty much acknowledged to be one of the fastest cars you can get right out of the box. So if you're looking to go fast, you can just get this NSR and essentially do nothing to it, as you've seen me do there. Let me tighten up this back body screw just a little more and do another couple laps with this guy here. Yes, it's just, I mean, it does everything well. It's a very simple car, really. Not a whole lot to the design, but it's very, very, something a bit of a character. Exactly. Yeah, this car's got kind of it's got kind of, I guess you'd say, a following, but it's also got a lot of detractors because it is pretty wide. It is pretty low. The real Mosler looks very similar to this car. I mean, this might be. Hey Jerry, cheers for showing up. I really appreciate it. Gonna get the cars out to you early. Okay, Michael. Let's just bring it back a little bit, Michael. Let's just bring it back. Yeah, Jerry, I'm gonna get the cars out on Monday to you. I still have a whole bunch of SCX cars to sell. Hey, Canyon, cheers for showing up. I really appreciate it. Some SCX cars I'm selling, and some Scalextric stuff as well. Yeah. Tighten up the body, see if that changes the performance at all. It definitely did change the feel of the car. Now the car wants to now the car, instead of lifting a little bit, it wants to shoot through the S's over here, and probably feels a little better now that the body's tighter. The body might have been a little too loose. Something might have been grabbing. But boy, you can really put this car wherever you want it. And again, tons of different liveries of this car. Jesus, there's so many of these things. Okay, Doppler effect. We're going to do the sound check here. Pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. Very quiet when you're actually driving it. Yeah. So there we are. NSR Mosler. There we go, folks. So, anybody else watch the maybe even the replay of what's his name going on around the wall on NASCAR for the he finished pretty high in the race. I forget the guy's name, but the guy rode the wall to finish the race on the last lap. That was freaking hilarious. I thought that was great. Where is my sandpaper again? I'm gonna do a couple laps with the old BBR here. Scuff the tires. Get some good rubber exposed. Yeah, I'm hoping that the 4-lane Polycar sets show up soon. Until then, I mean, there are plenty of dealers that have Polycar track. I know LEB have a bunch of it. So if you want to start with the 2-lane set and add on to it, which is essentially what I did. This started out as a 2-lane set, and it's grown into what you see here. These tires are not sanding very well. These are silicone tires, I bet. These might be rubber. No, these are silicones. Well, I've definitely done a good cleaning on them, because Lord knows they're not going to sand well at all. There's so much adjustment on this. This is an MB slot BBR slot car. It's a 430 Ferrari, and this was a kit that you got. There's a pod in this car, and you can adjust ride height. You can adjust spring tension on the pod. This was so far ahead of its time. The problem is it came with no instructions. I really dislike companies that release products that are very in-depth, very technical products, and no instructions. Stop it. Not woke car. Robert, we're not doing that here, Robert. We're not doing any of that nonsense here. I've talked about this before. Do I have a store? No, but LEB Hobbies supports me. And they are who I would suggest that you talk to. They got to have instructions. LEB Hobbies. I'm going to give you the link. There you go. LEBhobbies.com. That is who I would suggest. Lightning McQueen riding the wall. Yes, exactly. Lightning McQueen, famed in song and story. I have a Lightning McQueen around here someplace. I'm not going to look for it, though. Anyway, 58 minutes. There you go. Well, we're going to end it shortly, guys. I really do appreciate all the... Exactly. When all else fails, please read the instructions. I really appreciate folks showing up. It really means quite a bit. Oh, goodness, exactly. So if you would like to donate, I am in the market currently, I think, for some new lights because got to get things looking a little better here. If you'd like to send a donation, I'd really appreciate it. As little as $5 can go a long way. It really means a lot to have folks show up and have the discussion about a variety of topics. Today we discussed one of my favorite cars ever, the 360 Modena Ferrari, and it's the pro slot version of that. Again, there you go. I'm going to probably do a giveaway. Thanks very much, guys. XA35 351 GT. Oh, you're a Ford guy, of course. Scalextric fencing. Interesting new stuff. that they've done. They comes with stickers, and there's a bunch of different. There's three long red strips of fence, three white strips, and then red and white shorter strips as well. Come in the box here that you see. The nice thing about the stuff is it'll work on the track, not just on the borders, which is something that a couple companies have done. It's kind of annoying that you can only use fences on border. Like with the Polycar stuff, you can't attach the fencing directly to the track. You can only attach the fencing to the border pieces. Not a big fan of that. So to have any fence around your track, you have to have border pieces with Polycar. And with Scalextric, until, well, there was a little black piece that you could put on, but it didn't really clip on very well. These really, really, really stick very well. Hey, Johan, thanks for showing up for the first time. I really appreciate it. Yes, we still need a 24-hour team. Well, we will be discussing that. Talking about, yes, but these go together very easily and stay together, apparently very easily. We will be discussing at a later time. We'll be talking about the NSR 24-hour race that they're going to be having in Italy. Robert will need to be. I'll be helping him probably find some guys to put together a team from Canada. But we will see. Some strange questions, exactly. Lots of strange questions. So once I do maybe a photo or two with the, I'll be done soon, dear. My wife coming down, I think, to maybe get her stuff. What kind of lights do I need? I need actual studio lights. What I have is just kind of crappy. What do I have? I'll show you. I have cheapo work lights. Who runs the house? My wife, of course. I have cheapo work lights. The problem with these is that you can't adjust the power to them. I have them all around my track, and they work okay, but not great. So I'm trying to figure out actual studio lights. I can get one studio light. I replaced my ring light that I was having problems with last night. I need some decent studio lighting, and that, along with other track lighting, will get all of the color temperatures right and the same. Because as you see now, like the light that's in front of me is kind of a neutral temperature, but then behind me, you see where it says Slot Car News back there? Because the light back there is a different, what's called color temperature. It's very, very kind of orangey. So to balance all this stuff over a big area is a tough thing to do. But to start with, I want one decent studio light. They're $200-ish, and a nice no, not see the lights need to be very specific. Yeah, flat panel LEDs is what I need, and then I need a diffuser, a box on them, so that I can get a nice diffuser box, and that costs a little bit of money. That'll probably be $400, $300, something like that, altogether. All that takes time to get to raise the money. So if you want to donate, that's how you can donate. I really appreciate it. It's got a better rate than PayPal, because PayPal takes too much freaking fees. It's a little annoying. What the holy crap is going on there? Anyway, guys, I really appreciate it. Yeah, diffusers. Yeah, I need a soft box to even the light out, and then I'll turn all of these off when I do news, and the light will look better. And then I need lights for the whole track. I have a really cool strip of lights, I think that'll work, that are LEDs. And when I go to LED, I'm going to be getting different track skirt. You'll see that soon too. There you go. So anyway, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the likes, the shares, the thumbs up on the stream. Means quite a bit. See you all again soon.